David Berkeley und Bill Titus sind bei uns zu Gast. Thank you guys so much for being here. And David, welcome back on the show. It's good to have you back on the show. Er war ja schon mal bei uns Anfang des Jahres 2015. Und wenn ihr sehen wollt, was wir da besprochen haben, dann könnt ihr natürlich bei uns auf den YouTube-Kanal gehen und euch das anschauen und auch anschauen, was er damals gesungen hat. You can watch the interview we did back then on our YouTube channel. But you also have Wishing Well that you played here on your website. And that's also a really cool website, davidberkeley.com. Da kann man sich Wishing Well anhören, was er damals gespielt hat.
If I can say something about the video, because it's an animation that was done by a friend of mine from America named Ann Beal, and she hand painted 1,000 drawings, watercolor paintings, and then set them to motion. So
on this one, so
yes, on the Wishing Well video.
I meant this one.
Oh, there's also the
yes, when you were here on the show. But I'll press on this. We can have this in the background while we're talking. You are not alone right now. You are traveling with Bill, and you were on the stage at the Acoustic Winter Festival, and you were not alone. Three of you. Mm-hmm. So you're touring with a band, I could say. How is that for you?
It's great. We have. So Bill and I are both from America, and we're on tour for this whole time together. But then at the festival, we had a bassist join us, mm-hmm. and for a couple of shows in Holland, we had a full band. But now from here out, it's just the two of us. But it's great. It's great to meet up with different musicians in different parts of the world. Yeah.
So, Bill, how did you meet David?
We have a mutual friend I'm from New York, mm-hmm. and I played
New York or New York State?
New York, Long Island.
Oh, okay.
Long Island,
that's a nice place to come from.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not bad. A trumpet player, banjo player we have, Jordan Katz, plays with David sometimes. He introduced us, and now we're enemies.
Do you become enemies, or at least do you get on each other's nerves when you're traveling together all the time?
Strangely, no. Somebody said we were like Siamese twins to me the other day.
Really?
Yes.
We do pretty well. We both really like food, and so we generally eat our way through a region.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what is the best food you've had on tour so far?
On this tour
or this tour?
Wow,
yeah.
That's going to be a hard call. Everything we've eaten has been so good.
Really?
I've been
even
the catering you had here?
Well, there wasn't much catering.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, the tea was great. No, but we had great food upon arrival in Dusseldorf today. We had a bunch of pastries, and actually, I'm not supposed to say this because I'm eating a big meal at a friend's house tonight. So we didn't actually eat much yet.
But I know where you're going, and
That's
I know
right.
she cooks so well that even if you're really full, you're going to be eating.
We will definitely
because it's really, really good. Also, sie haben sich kennengelernt durch einen Freund, den sie gemeinsam haben. Bill kommt aus New York, Long Island, und der Freund spielt eben Trompete, und da haben sie zusammen sich kennengelernt und sind seitdem unzertrennlich und sind gerne auf Tour zusammen und kommen so gut miteinander klar, weil sie gerne sehr viel essen und Sachen ausprobieren. Und heute Morgen zum Beispiel haben sie ganz viel deutsche Leckereien gegessen, und deswegen kommen sie gut miteinander klar. But also on a music, musically, of course, you got to get along really well. What is the feeling when you're standing with Bill? Because you feel more, is it like a comforting feeling that he's there?
Yes, very much so. And yeah, you sort of, particularly with a musician like Bill, who is such a skilled player and so knowledgeable about music, I feel like I could make any mistake and be carried by him. Mm-hmm. So that's lovely. And also, it allows me to create spaces that then he fills, and he can create spaces that I fill. And it's part of my music is about sharing with an audience, but it's also about sharing with other musicians. And so to get to interact like that, I think brings a whole other level of power to the music, even apart from the notes.
This is your album, Cardboard Boat, and it is accompanying the new book that you wrote, came out in September, The Free Brontosaurus. We'll talk about that in a second, but I want to know, why did you pick Dinosaurs and Sages? Because you just said, I want to play that song today. Why is that such an important song for you?
That's a good question. It just grew on me immediately when we learned the songs for the record. So that one's just stayed with me the whole way.
And I like one of the lines in it. I think it's you'd be surprised what remains and what doesn't remain. What in your life what surprised you that it remained, and what surprised you that didn't remain?
Well, music has remained, mm-hmm. And I started singing when I was very young, and I haven't always thought I'd be a musician, but somehow it's still the biggest thing in my life. What hasn't remained is a harder question.
Like she asked you.
Yeah.
You're welcome to answer.
Yeah.
I know it's a hard question because you normally forget the stuff that doesn't remain.
That's right. That's right. I mean, of course, there are things that haven't remained. Good, great, good friends, people who I thought would be close forever and didn't. But I tend to hold on to a lot of things, and that's in some ways what the book is about. If you look at the cover, it's has all these things drawn all over it, and a lot of the characters also are hoarders. They collect things and they keep them, and I think I tend to be more like that also.
We'll talk about the book and the CD a little bit later. But you're going to be performing. I don't know what is wrong today. I think it's because I'm so cold I cannot
You're speaking
speak.
in 2 languages.
That could be the problem, maybe. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's such a great pleasure. Cardboard Boat is the name of the album, and wir werden auf jeden Fall gleich noch mehr daraus hören. Deswegen bleibt auf jeden Fall dran. Aber wir machen jetzt eine kurze Musikpause.